Hello, hello, hello. Good morning and welcome to another unboxing video. The Shoe Snob unboxing video, one take wonders. Here we are with a brand new brand on the scene. Something many of you probably haven't heard of outside of France, as it is quite a newer brand, but also not heavily marketing to around the world. But they have a good product that deserves to be known. So here we are with hoping to spread some of their greatness to the masses. And the brand that we are talking about is called Orbans. So Orbans is, I want to say, around four or 5 years old. I'm sure the concept is a lot older, but 4 or 5 years old. And Orbans was created by a gentleman named Marcos Fernandez, who has been in the shoe industry for a very long time, who actually helps me out a lot in my journey within the shoe industry. We're good friends, and to be honest, I owe a great deal to him. You know some of his other brands. They're all French. He started Bowen many years ago. He later sold it. He started Septième Lager as well. That is something that he still kind of oversees, but has passed it on to his family member. And now he has Orbans, which is, how to put this, an entry-level Goodyear welted line aimed at offering very good value products. So Goodyear welted, but at a low cost price. So you're not going to find this in a department store because there's no markup for wholesale there. This is the lowest price you can get without being owning and controlling the factory. So incredible prices for great entry-level products, hard to beat. Many of you will want to know this brand because it gives you another option. You got your Merriman's, you got your lower price point brands, you got the Allen Edmonds sales stuff and whatnot. Welted shoes, but sometimes you don't have what you want there. You can't find this specific model. Merriman has kind of a classic English type design. Allen Edmonds is super American. But the beauty of Orbans is they give you a little mix of classic with French ideas and French twists, which I think I've always appreciated French design. So anyway, enough about that. Let's take a look at the boots. So the box is made out of recycled cardboard, which is great for the environment. Very basic, nothing crazy. Large box. All right, packaging again is basic, but this is what you get when you get a lower price point. You are getting rid of all of the bells and whistles you get with hand grade shoes. They give you shoe horns and shoe trees and triple extra finishing, 27,000 hands that touch it and check it and look over with a fine comb. You can forget about that. For the most part, when you go for economic lines, you get basics. You get the good shoes, and as long as the shoes are good, you got your money's worth. So you just have, there are no bags, so you just have a felt cloth separator. Again, bags would be nice, but again, with the price these are, which is phenomenal, it's hard to expect more because really you are just paying for the shoes. All of this is extra that is coming out of their margin. Let's take a look. Something different to what I've ever had, to be honest, but I kind of like it. As I get older, my style is changing. I feel like I've become more classic. I wear more black. I used to badmouth black. God, if only the people that would have read the blog in the beginning years, they'd be calling me a big fat hypocrite right now because I used to badmouth black. And don't get me wrong, I love colorful stuff. But I guess as the older you get, the less you want to call attention to yourself, and you just want to kind of blend in and be elegant, but in a subtle way. So I was really attracted to these Norwegian stitch derby boots, which have a lot of cool features for the crazy good price of 220 euros, which I don't know, it's like $250, $260. Insane for a boot of this of what you're getting here. So let's just go through it. Let me just give you the details. So this is Okay, the models are numbers, so you're never going to remember this, but you're going to find it easily on the website. It's 14,182 is the model. You can find it easily on the website in the Norwegian stitch section. As usual, I got a UK 6.5, which is a US 7.5. I briefly tried the boots on. They fit good. They got a voluminous forefoot, which again allows me to put a heavier sock, which is what I usually do in the winter anyway. But the length is good. I couldn't have taken a half size down. So for me, these fit true to size. They call a 6.5 a 7. For me, that's not accurate. I feel that these are a US 7.5, a UK 6.5, US 7.5. That is quite a standard comparison, and I've dealt with thousands of shoemakers and tried them all on. So again, that's my recommendation. Feel free to take theirs, but for me, these 6.5 UK fit like a US 7.5, which is a 39.5. All right, well, that doesn't tell me much more about the model, but let's just talk about it. So what I think is amazing about this shoe is you have, well, I was gonna say what looks like a hand-stitched apron, and to be honest, sometimes it's hard to really tell, but I think this is actually a machine stitched apron, which makes more sense because to have this hand stitched, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. To have this hand stitched costs, that's a feature. It's a feature and a half that you have to pay for. Either way, the apron with the large Norwegian split toe is a great feature, and it's an expensive feature. Usually you find this on boots that cost upwards of 5, 6, 7,000 in that realm. To get it on a boot that's 220 euros is impressive. They also have, so this is a part of their Norwegian line. So they have the Norwegian split toe, and then they have a very basic Norwegian stitch on the welt. Okay, so let me explain a little bit. Most Norwegian stitch is very complex hand stitch, kind of like a braid of a girl's hair on the welt. This, however, is just a single stitch that stitches into the storm welt here. The storm welt, they have a stitch that stitches in through the storm welt into the other side through the lining, and you have another dual kind of bond along with the welted. So again, what does that mean? That means you have extra protection from water coming in. It's a very sturdy construction meant to provide you with dryness and durability. So boots like this should last you a long time, providing you can find somebody who can resole them. What was also quite surprising that I was taken aback by was the lightness of them. So I do see here on the box it says Gomo Sole Light, which Goma means rubber, sole obviously, and then light. And so this is a very lightweight rubber sole, which I didn't expect. When I saw these in photos, I thought, okay, those are going to be a bit heavy. Think like Doc Marten style. Obviously not as heavy because they have a thicker sole, but I thought it was going to be a more heavy, robust boot. But these are actually super light in weight, which is always nice because sometimes having 10 pounds on your feet is not always the most comfortable at the end of the day. Anyway, so an impressive boot. I like it. Normally I'm not crazy about a contrast stitch on a black leather. I think it's cool on, snuff suede and more summertime. But it's weird. This reminds me, it gives me the feeling of a elegant, smart Doc Marten, which I think very much has its place in the market for those that like that kind of robust look with the contrast white stitch, natural stitch, but you want to be dressy. I mean, think about the guy who wears Doc Martens, or even the girl, and likes that kind of chunkier style, but needs something a little bit more formal. For me, this is a no-brainer. You get that kind of feel, but you step into something more classic, more elegant. So yeah, it's intriguing. It's not like anything I've ever had in my collection. my personal wardrobe, should I say. But I like it. I mean, again, today you see me dressed up. I wore a suit for the first time in God knows how long, but normally I'm just a jean guy. Again, older I get, the lazier I get. So this is a great boot to knock around with jeans. Nice lash shape, I like it. It's classic. It's not too pointy, it's not too round. It's got a nice kind of classic round, but classic elegant, classic sharp, not like classic bulbous, you know, there's a difference. So yeah, it's impressive at 250, 260 bucks. It's hard to beat. Orbans is based in Paris, but they do ship worldwide. I suggest you check out their site. They got a lot of, again, entry-level lines. Usually stick to quite classic models, but what's great about them is they'll have a classic model in 7 different colorways. So they have depth, which is pretty cool. The Norwegian line is actually really nice to have other models like, I think they have a double monk and a plain derby. I don't know why I'm drawing a big blank. I just looked at the website, but they have more interesting models. If you don't like the Norwegian boot, I think this is a super cool model. I'm gonna enjoy getting these on, especially because they're so lightweight. So again, Orbans. Let me just make a few things here, okay? You gotta remember, when you are buying shoes at this price point, they're not gonna be like Gatian Girly. They're not gonna be flawless. To be honest, I don't see anything really in the leather that would be a flaw at all, which in a tall boot like this is difficult. You know, these are big slabs of leather that they're cutting here. This is very good, very clean, full grain leather. This is not by any means a corrected grain. It will of course, you know, be a more economic leather because you can't get, you know, the most expensive leather in the industry and then have it be priced at 220 euros. But again, the only thing I noticed that some people may, you know, have an opinion about is the joining of the storm welt. You can see the break there. You know, if you had a storm welt on a G&G, you probably wouldn't notice it, but then you'd spend 8 times the amount of this boot. So again, you got to know what you're paying for. When you're paying 220 euros, I mean, I actually think I got lucky. This pair is pretty much flawless. The joining of this storm welt and, you know, the little small stitch discrepancies don't mean anything. They don't take away from the quality. They don't take away from the lifespan. It's simply that you can't expect perfection, 1000% perfection in a 220-euro boot. But for that price, it's a solid shoe, solid boot. It's a great deal. Goodyear welted at that price with Norwegian stitch, can't beat it. Anyway, check Orbans out. They do ship worldwide. They're based in Paris. I have some cool models at great prices. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I got more and more stuff coming in, and I'm gonna try to do these more frequently. I know these last few months have been crazy, and but I'm getting back into the groove of things. So enjoy discovering new brands. I'm gonna try to bring in new brands because, you know, I've written about the same old brands 1,000 times. So let me try to get some new brands to shed some light on, and in the hopes to spread good shoes to all of you. Anyway, if you enjoy, please share this video, subscribe to my blog as well. That's www.theshoesnobblog.com. Lots of great info on there, far more info than I've ever done on my videos. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I wish everybody an amazing day. And again, Orban's shoes. If you just type in Orbans, other things come up. So Orban shoes into Google. I'll leave the link as well. Anyway, have a great day. Take care. Bye.